Hi, everyone, and welcome to Chair Yoga. Let's begin our transitional time with a breath practice, as we commonly do. And for those of you who've been following me regularly, this is where today we're going to remind ourselves, practice again the bandha pathway of breathing. So that's utilizing, in the yoga language, the Mula Bandha, which is the base of this located at the base of the spine at the root chakra, which is translates for us as the perineum, the very base of your pelvis, pelvic floor. So that's where we're going to try to really tone that up by using a breath practice that starts at the Mula Bandha, comes into the belly button or navel area. That's called a different bandha. That's the Uddiyana Bandha. And then even sometimes on a different, it won't happen right now as we transition, but just FYI, that bandha pathway actually does have a third, which is at the throat chakra, also has a bandha called the what I got to remind myself, Jaladhara, the Jaladhara bandha at the throat. But that's not going to be something we need to worry about right now. So anyway, just to remind yourself, we're going to use that technique. Let's just start though, connecting with the breath. So sit up tall. I think the block between your legs is really helpful for this. So be sure to put the block right between your thighs. Sit up nice and tall where you feel like your legs are in a right angle. You've got your knees right above your ankles. You're sitting up tall to lengthen the spine. And I think it's a good image is that just imagine you're up against a wall. So you can pull yourself into a vertical space by pressing your head back, like as if you're trying to touch the wall behind you. So it keeps your shoulders right above your hips. It keeps your head well aligned with regard to your spine. So we're using all that kind of stuff now to come into our first posture. So inhale, belly rise. You feel your abdomen expand. Inhale, belly rise. Exhale, belly falls. Let's start with that. Inhale, belly rise. You feel expansion. Exhale, you pull in. So it falls, but not just this natural fall, because you're activating it to pull in. So inhale, belly rise, expand. Exhale, belly falls, and it pulls in. So get the hang of that. Remember, I can be coaching you with my words, and if that doesn't happen to track with how long it takes you to inhale and exhale, follow yourself, follow your breath. Don't, try not to get too confused with me and my coaching if it doesn't happen to match up. Try to translate that into your own rhythm. So you're inhaling, belly, rises or opens up, and then exhale, it falls. Now we're going to find how the bandha pathway comes into play. Inhale, same deal, you're expanding, but on the exhale, squeeze your block so you can feel not only that the belly is pulling in, but that your floor of your pelvis is pulling in. And see if you can locate that between those two bandhas, the floor of the pelvis and then the navel, that you're bringing, starting here and bringing it up into the navel. So find that to add to your exhale. That's a secret component here, is what we're doing with the exhalation is very useful, very strengthening for your core. Inhale, belly rise, that's expansion. Exhale is when you're doing the work. You're pulling in and up from the perineum. So stay with that. And I'd like to introduce, that's why I intentionally give you a little bit of a mantra here. Inhale, belly rise. Exhale, belly falls, so that you can, coach yourself in your own rhythm of breath through that movement. And it'll keep you very focused on just this. Check in, just going to remind you that you're not gritting your teeth or putting pressure into your face because you've got all this focused awareness. See if you can soften your face. Just work on that bandha pathway that I described. Let's do 3 more like that. Remember, it's kind of a squeezing action on that exhale. You're really holding it for a period of time. All right, nice job, everybody. Let your breath return to its normal rhythm, but keep your awareness on it. So your awareness is still locked into the experience of your breath. And if you haven't done so already, let's close the eyes. That'll help us to focus. Palms are facing up on our lap. Just open up your hands and let them rest on your lap. We use that mudra, this hand position, as a mudra of receptivity, reminding ourselves now as we transition into our yoga space that we are here to receive and that we open to receive the benefits and blessings of this practice. Let your breath be its normal, natural flow of breath if you choose. So if you're kind of into that and you're going to continue to work on that bandha pathway, by all means, you go. Oftentimes we use this posture of open to receive as our reminder to set our intention for class, to come into that self-inquiry. What do I need? Why did I show up today? This is for you and you alone. But I'm just reminding you, it is indeed for you. This class, you showed up. Your experience of yoga, it's for you. It's to benefit you. So what do you need is a good inquiry and an appropriate one. So remembering to breathe all the way through the inhale before you go to the full exhalation. Breathing all the way in and breathing all the way out as you set your intention for this class experience. Finish the breath you're on, open your eyes, get used to the room environment again, get used to the light. Inhale with me as palms come together. We're going to look up. Exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up and exhale, take like a backstroke, a big sweeping action. We're going to do a couple more of those big backstrokes. It's an inhale up and an exhale as you come down. Let's get our arms now down alongside the frame of the chair, palms facing in. Pull back now. Pull your arms back, and it'll help you to arch your back body. I'm going to turn. You don't have to at home. You're not turning at all. I'm trying to give you a different view. So we're pulling back, finding our cow pose, the extension of the spine. Remember, your head stays neutral. You're not lifting your face up. You're keeping your head very neutral. And the movement, the extension, is through the back body. Keep breathing both in and out as your body gets used to this. It's patterning. That's what we're doing. We're creating a pattern that our body is going to get familiar with. And when it's time to exhale, grab hold of your kneecaps. Take a moment now. You can just get yourself situated. One more time. I'm going to get back to the side view. So we're holding our kneecaps and our arms are fully extended, no bend. That's on purpose. So it keeps our shoulders above our hips. Too often I see people forward like this. They bend and they're just kind of hunched down. That's not at all what we're looking for. We want to keep our shoulders stacked above the hips. So keep your arms straight. And now as we bring our exhale into play, use that bandha breath. This is a perfect pose for that. Squeeze your block like crazy. Pull your belly in. Chin drops. That's what our exhale is going to look like. For now, we're just patterning. We're just making sure we get it. We can put this shape into play. The back body feels round. It feels like you've changed it from, A to B. You're way different from where you were in that extended spine. You can feel it. This is our version in chair yoga of the cat pose in the traditional yoga experience. All right, let's find that vinyasa. Inhale back up now. We're going to do this exhale. So we switch from inhale, one posture, exhale to the new posture. I'm not kidding. This is a perfect pose to practice your bandha breath, that bandha pathway. Squeeze the block, pull in and up. So again, the pace you set is totally up to you. But do connect your inhale and then the exhale. So it might mean you're going to elongate your breath a little bit, so you have plenty of time to get situated in your posture. Couple more now, stay with it. This is warming up the body, warms up the spine, gets you well practiced in using the core strength of that Mula Bandha. And even if I don't mention it, even if I'm not throwing that out there as a cue, I want you to use it whenever it just seems appropriate for you. That, like, this might be a good time for me to use that, and I hope you're doing that. Last time now. Round through the back body, pull in. And when we come up, let's just raise those arms all the way up. No bend in the elbow, palms face forward. Put your fingers together so you put on it. You kind of have your mitten hands on. And then let's find an alternate movement as we drop one arm down and come back up. Once you get that, you feel that in your body, or again, a pattern. Then we're going to try it as just this full movement. It's like always in play. We never have both arms up at the same time. We're just always moving. Find your rhythm of breath. Inhale and exhale is noticeable for you. Straight arms up and down. Arms stay close to the body, close to the head. Excellent. Let's meet with both arms up, palms will be together. Inhale, exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up, exhale, come all the way down. Again, I should have just set myself up on the side. We're going to try to bring some swinging action in. So the arms are swinging, but we're going to add a pull in. So you're going to swing those arms up, make a fist, and pull in, which activates your biceps. Pull in. Pull in. Notice your breath. So your breath is supporting the movement. Real strong. You're just really trying to find the strength of your biceps. Making that fist kind of helps. It'll remind you. Make a strong engagement of the bicep, a contraction. Keep going. If you can, pick up the pace. Let your breath take care of itself. You're just going to kind of pick up the pace to create a little more cardio. Warming up the body. Last time, make your fist, extend those arms up, palms will be together. Look up, see how that feels for your neck. Exhale as you bow into your heart. Inhale back up, and exhale, open your arms in a T. So spread your fingers apart now, no more mitten hands. Spread your fingers apart. And in our T position, look from side to side, turning your head. The rest of the body is holding this posture, but not the head. The head's in motion, so you can stretch your neck. That's the whole purpose of this right now. Hold that big, wide open, strong posture with your strong arms, and then turn your head and see what kind of range of movement you have. See, when I turn left, I could hang out there for a long time because it's very limited range. So that's kind of how I take care of myself, is, one side pretty easily accessible, if you want to say that. The other side, not at all. I got to really work on that. Nice steady breath. Stay with it. Strong arms, looking around. Maybe it's down and up, not so much straight over for you. That's all great. You'll create that. Push your feet to the floor now. Let's bring our head back to neutral. See how our full body engagement helps, those gosh darn heaviness of the arms. All of a sudden you're thinking, please, let's get the arms down. Push your feet. Let's see if that helps. Push your feet to the floor. Engage the rest of your body into this posture. Can you feel that difference? Let's bend the elbows. And then drop the hands down so you've got that scarecrow look. Keep your elbows propped up. Feet are really pressed to the floor so you can feel the strength of your lower body. Inhale up, exhale down if you're looking for some help about the breath. That'll work. Next time you're in the palms down, hands down, I should say, elbows are up, and you're really looking like a scarecrow. Again, push your feet to the floor so you can feel your whole body helping you out. Pull the belly in, squeeze that block, use your bandha pathway. Can you feel that difference? Like you just turned another button on that you didn't know you had, another button for strength. Now, slowly, slowly let the arms come down alongside the frame of the chair. Oh, and we get to feel that wonderful experience of letting go. Let's open and close the hands, kind of play the piano a little bit, move your fingers around, spin your hands around so you're into your wrist joints. Find your breath again, don't hold it. Good. I'm going to try I'm going to just make a little adjustment for my block. I was afraid it was too far up. The L shape with your arms. So create that where your arms are both just like we were here, in our scarecrow. Take that same kind of shape and bring it right in close to the body. Remember now, lean yourself into the imaginary wall so you've kept your shoulders right above your hips. So I want you to move from that scarecrow to a trading off of where your hands are going. And I want you to say, when your left arm is in front, I want you to say left. And then when your right arm is in front, you say right so that you can remind yourself and just stay with that mantra. Because I have found in my classes with people in person that this is trickier than I would have imagined. It's very tricky for a lot of people. They lose contact with themselves. So coach yourself by saying left when your left arm is in front, and say right when your right arm's in front, because we're going to add another step, as you might have guessed. And that's the turn of the head. So when you're on the right, when you've got your right arm in front, that means you got to turn your head right. So now you're saying left means turn your head left. So the arms haven't changed, but you added the turn of the head to match up with that front arm. Can you find that? Take it nice and slow if it seems a little tricky, but I think the words help. When you're using your left arm, you can go, oh yeah, left. And when it's right, you turn right. I know I'm going to add one more thing. You're going to say, what the hand in the back. Press the back of your hand into your body. So it's more purposeful back there. Press the back of the hand into the body. Keep going now. Right and left coaches you as to where to turn, how to turn your head. Mind-body connection is what we're working on here. Last time now seems like you finished it up. You kind of did the same number on each side. We're in our scarecrow. Raise those hands up. And then let's close that up. So open is inhaling. Exhale is closing that up. And I want you to round the back body. So when you're closing, you're creating a roundness of the back body. And you know what else you could do is use your bandha breath. So inhale, open, belly rise. Exhale, belly falls, and you're rounding and you're using the squeeze of the block. Last time. And open it up. Drop your fingers down and let that come down very slowly. Very slowly. All right, here's where I'm gonna lose the block. You know why I'm losing the block? It's hot. It's hot to squeeze it. So that's kind of the reason right now. But keep your legs in that same position and let's get a hold of our cloth. So I want you to, now let's just take this step by step. The hand, you got the cloth in your hand. Remember, it's the lengthwise. It's not this short edge. You're trying to use it, crosswise so you get a little bit more length out of it. And we're going to start step by step. Get it behind your head, your elbows bent, the cloth is weighed into the back body. What I want you to make sure you're not doing is ducking. You know, that you're bringing it back there and you got your head forward. So you keep your head up, leaning against the imaginary wall, and then let your arm make the adjustment. So if your arm has to do something a little different than what I had originally described, then that's what you do, because you're going to keep your head up. Okay. So we've got that figured out, what to do with the other hand. So I want you to get the back of your hand, like we just talked about, bring the back of your hand towards your back, and then you can grab hold, find it. You can hold on and hold that and breathe. Lean into the imaginary wall. You start working towards maybe squeezing that upper arm closer to your head. Now release that top arm. Stay with me. Don't get ahead of me. And come on down. And then we've made the handoff. Now we've got that cloth into the other hand. Now don't duck. Get yourself set up. Then come back, grab hold, the back of your hand. On that back hand, it should be pressing into the back body. I know you're probably thinking, come on, Julie, I know, but I've seen it done so poorly when I'm with the classes where I don't mean to say it like criticism, it's like they struggle. So many of my students have been struggling with this. So I've learned to slow it way down so we can get it, because the handoff is important. Let go of that one, because again, mind-body connection, you're trying to do something on purpose where you hand it off, you set it back up, you release it to hand it off. Okay, I'm just going, so you can just start going. Nice tall mountain position. And you're really making some nice movements for a beautiful range of movement in your shoulder blades and your shoulders all together. Keep going. Make sure you hand it off. That exchange happens when you've set up. Drop it into the lower hand. You got it. Keep breathing. Nice big breaths. Last time now. Let's get the cloth out front. So you're just holding it nice and tight. Lift those arms up. Try a little teeter totter. So I've got my legs in a hip distance apart, which is more challenging. Takes a lot of core strength to keep you on the chair. What's an adjustment you could make? Open your legs a little further apart. Finding if that's a better option for you, that you feel steadier. If you're trying to work on that core strength, hips distance apart kind of works for that. Your choice. Tilting the head, ear toward arm. Find this rhythm. Keep yourself on the chair. You're really feeling how the pelvis stays put. No matter what you've done with your legs, your pelvis is planted in that chair, and you can rely on that. Last one on the other side. Come back up. Come all the way down and around. I'm just going to put that to the side. We'll use it again when we stand up. Let's do some shoulder rolls now. Stay with the shoulder rolling up and back and down. So we stay with the same shoulder roll where the shoulder blades are drawing toward each other. You can do this at the pace that you feel good about. Maybe you're just kind of really moving and it feels pretty good to do it that way. You figure out the pace that works for you. Really feeling the movement of the shoulder blades. I can't help but move my head when I'm doing it. I can hardly keep my head still. So I'm just saying, your body is going to be talking to you. Let's change now the direction of the shoulder roll. But on this one, we're not doing the shoulder roll together. We're doing one shoulder at a time. And for sure, I want you to turn your head. When the shoulder that's rolling, you're going to look over in that direction. It's just a gentle movement, nothing big. And then even it out. Seems like you did equal number of shoulder rolls each side. And then when you come back, I want you to just shake that out. Move. And now we'll all find that wide angle. So your heels are in, your toes are out, hands are on the thighs. Let's circle that around. And imagine it's your chest cavity, your rib cage, That's the engine for this. Your rib cage is moving around and around. Your head is just coming along for the ride. So don't let your head take over. Let your rib cage do this. Circle around a big, broad, inclusive movement all the way around. Keep breathing now. You want to feel the connection somehow of this movement and your breath. Notice the direction you're going, so you can remember that when it's time to change direction, you'll know, oh yeah. So are you going clockwise or counterclockwise? Try it that way. And then let's stop in the middle. Let's meet in the middle now. So you're creating a diagonal line with your back body. The back of your head, neck, and spine are now at a diagonal line. You're not up against that wall. Press into your legs. Move your body weight into your feet and into your legs. Feel it in your thighs. Feel your thighs turning on. Woo! Really engaged. If your feet are too far away from you, you won't be able to feel it as well. So that might mean, oh, I see what she's saying. Bring your feet a little closer to the chair. Oh yeah, now I can press, press, press. Got it. Keep breathing. We're going to spread our wings now. Body weight is forward. Spread your wings, palms face down. Lift up your chest so you can lift up your face. Press into your legs. That's it. Keep pressing into your legs really strong. And then let your arms help you as you come back up, all the way up. Let's take our inhale as we look up. Exhale, bow. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Okay. Remember that scarecrow? Can you find that? Can you go back to your movement? Turn the head when you've got your rhythm and you're ready to do that. And I really encourage you to say that left and right. Say left and right, so it'll keep you on task. Mind-body connection. The back hand presses into the back body. Finish it up now. Equal movements on each side, your best guess. And when we come out of it, we're back into our scarecrow arms, and those are going to relax, relax, relax some more. Good. Let's get our legs back to a hips distance apart. Scoop up your left leg and hold that heavy leg while you spin your foot around. Can you lean into the back, into that wall in the back? Because I know we want to go back and eventually we will, but I want you for now to keep yourself in the upright position. Feel that snap, crackle, and pop, letting go of in all of the joints around your ankle and your feet, toes. Now discontinue the movement of the foot and just let your lower leg circle around. So now you're doing some lateral stretching in your knee joint, which is great. Change the direction of that. And then we're going to hug that knee into the chest, turn it on, flex your foot, grab hold of your shin. We're going to pull in and push out. This is where we start leaning. We're pulling in and pushing out. Again, you don't need to do anything different. You're still facing forward. I'm just giving you a side view so you can see that I am, in fact, leaning back to balance myself. Letting your leg float in the air like that is optional. You could keep your heel down if that works better for you. A little more strength involved when we hover. So you decide what's going to work best. Find a good hearty breath. Find your breath. Breathe all the way in and all the way out. Let's get that straight leg back to the floor and we'll switch sides. If there's any movement your body needs before we go to the other side, you just reset your body. Catch up with your breath. You're going to scoop the other leg up. So your arms are holding that heavy leg. And then let's start loosening up the ankle. We're back against the wall. So you're imagining yourself shoulders are right above your hips and you got your head pressed into that wall. Find your breath now. Start noticing it. Could be loud. You know, I'm sitting here with the duty to talk. So you get the luxury of breathing the way you need to, nice and strong. All right, knee, we're into the knee. We'll change the direction. Hug the knee into the chest. We're going to start leaning in a minute. Grab your shin. Pull in, push out. Pull in, push out. If you're too far back, which I was, if you're too far back into the pit of your chair, you'll know you'll have to switch that around. You got to be kind of on the front edge of it. Absolutely. Pull in, push out. Can you feel a belly rise and a belly fall here? I think you can. I bet you can. All right, squeeze in, get that straight leg comes back to the floor. Both feet are back to the floor. Reset the body, any movement at all. Might be your neck and shoulders, anything at all that needs to be reset, needs your loving awareness. Let's take that wide angle again. Heels in, toes out. You feel balanced in your pelvis, left to right, nice and balanced. Let's find the bent elbow position. I like to call this the goddess position with our arms. We're going to need to rock a little bit because we're using this position as our open, and our close brings everything together, both arms and leg. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open, and then close as you exhale. Keep going. And I'm just telling you, it takes a little rocking, doesn't it? You just sort of have to rock yourself. Otherwise, you don't have access. You're rocking on your pelvis. Don't try to match my pace. For one thing, it's unreliable. Like I said, I don't get to breathe as well as you guys get to. Let's meet with the closed position and then interlace your hands or bind them together. So just folding your hands together. Let's inhale, lift those elbows up. Exhale, come all the way down into your belly button. Lift up. Let those elbows come down into the belly button and you feel the roundness of your back. Last time. Come all the way up. Open it back up. Arms can relax. Any reset you need. You remember now you've got your wide angle. Let's take a forward fold. Fold down between your legs. Let your shoulders come in between your thighs. Surrender the weight of your head. Please don't be tempted to look at the screen. You don't need to look at the screen. That's just going to foul you up. It's going to hurt your neck. So fold down, look under your chair, breathe. You've got it. Trust that you've got it. You're folding, relaxing, releasing everything you can. Big belly breathing going on. I want you to exhale out of your mouth so you can hear yourself breathing. Press your feet to the floor. One hand at a time comes to your thighs. Squeeze your elbows into your waist. Meet me halfway up. Squeeze those elbows into the waist so you're in that diagonal line of the back body. Set it up so it feels really good and strong. Push your feet so your legs feel super strong. You can feel the thighs starting to heat up. And then we spread our wings, palms face down. Lift your chest so you can lift your face up. That's kind of supports it all the way up through the spine. Breathing into the legs. We're going to do something like that in a minute when we're standing, where we're using our quads like that. Lift up, palms come together, look up. Exhale, bow. Inhale up, and exhale, go all the way down. Great. Let's hold on to the chair. Hold on and take a step and then back. Just a couple like that where you're just bringing legs together off to the side. And then now we got to take a big leap so we can cross it over. We're going to do 2 of those. Cross it and hold. Get that foot that's on the floor, get it real close to the chair. So you're still facing forward. Your legs have gone off in an angle, but not your upper body. So you've got that. You've got your legs off to the side. Now take your upper body over here so you can twist. You can feel a twist in your body. Squeeze those legs, feet, that one foot really pressing down. And what I want you to figure out is, are you balanced in your pelvis? So that it feels like to you, your best guess, that you're very vertical. You're up and down. You're not leaning into your twist. You're up and down, very vertical with your spine. very balanced in your pelvis. You get to use the chair and your body parts to your advantage, however they support you. Remember that hand pressing into the back body? That's kind of helpful. I know a lot of people that use that all the time. Finish the breath you're on. Now just unwind your head out of the pose. Keep the rest of your body is in a twist. And then we're going to come out all together and just have that wide angle again. Reset the body, any kind of movement you need. Hold on to the chair. Take that step. We're setting it up for side 2 to do our twist. Okay, now we're going to take our leap. We need 2 of those. Come all the way over and cross. Come back, all the way over to cross. Now set it up. Get your foot real close to the chair. Make sure you're squared away. Legs are going this way, but your upper body is still facing forward. Now we're going to twist. We're going to bring ourselves in the other direction, the upper body, balance in the pelvis. Full breath in, full breath out. Be generous with your breath. Your body will thank you for that. Very upright with your spine. Now let's unwind the head so it's neutral. We're looking forward again. And then the rest of the body comes neutral again. Reset the body. We're going to lift those feet up and then lift your bottom up off the chair. So lift both feet up, bottom. When you come up again, we're going to grab hold of the block and get the block between your lower legs. Again, if you don't have a block for your use, it's okay. It's okay. You just stand without it. And let's get our, make sure you've got your cloth within an easy hand's reach, okay? Let's find our mountain pose. So squeeze that block, find the Mula Bandha, find the Bandha pathway. You can start it down there. Now, it doesn't have to have your block between your thighs. You can still feel it pulling into the floor of the pelvis. Arms are alongside the body and the palms face forward. Introduce a small bend of the knee. So unlock the knees. You can feel that little bend. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And then come into a full body experience of breathing. I encourage you to start your breath at the soles of your feet. You start becoming aware of your inhale as you press into your feet. You let that inhale ascend through your body all the way to the crown of the head. And you let the exhale descend through your body all the way down back to the soles of your feet. So it's a point-to-point reference of breath from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head and back down the body to the soles of the feet. Try to stay inside your body, not on the outside surface, which I'll admit that is most often the way I envision it. I find an image helpful. And I'm just encouraging you to go deeper today, where you're just following the breath in through the center, through the inside view. Good. Let's flutter the eyes open. Inhale with me, palms will be together overhead. Exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, come all the way down. I'm going to lose the block and put it back. And here's where we're going to use the cloth. So let's get a hold of it. Again, you're using that end to end, so you got a long view of it, or long use of it. And face your chair seat. Keep your right foot forward and your left foot steps back. You've scissored your feet, you've scissored your legs. All 10 toes are facing that chair seat, that chair. And we're getting a hold of the cloth behind us. So it's just like we did when we were using it earlier on. It's kind of tight, but it's behind us. So that's going to help you open up your chest, neck, head, and spine in alignment. We're going to do what's called the pyramid pose. And it's just this forward movement, hinging at the hips, and having your spine now just parallel to the floor is a great place to start. You keep it nice and tight behind you. and you're just got this parallel position of your back body. Or if you're finding you could go deeper, meaning you could lower your forehead toward the chair seat, try that. And your arms might raise up as you do it, and that's all good. Keep your chin tucked in towards your throat here. If you're forward movement, you definitely want to tuck. Deepen your breath. Press the back foot deeper into the ground. Give it a little push. Just let that cloth fall into one hand so you can bring yourself up nice and easy. And we're going to switch to the other leg. So you're going to just give that a little reset. Now you want your left foot forward, your right foot back, all 10 toes facing the chair. Let's get that cloth back where we had it behind. It's nice and tightly held. And we can feel how we're opening through the pecs, through the chest, and through the, creating more space along the collarbone. Hinging only at the hips. Don't hinge somewhere in your back. And you're folding down into what it feels like to you, since you don't have a mirror, that you're just folding down and the back body feels parallel to the floor. Now, I'll just say, I can coach you because I've got it. My front leg is way tighter than the other side. And so I have to start to soften that knee. It's just tethered. And so I'm introducing a bend in that knee, a little bend, and that's so much better. I can do it now. You can hold it with your spine parallel to the floor, or you start folding deeper and it feels like your forehead is going to try to touch that chair. Deepen your breath. Keep a nice firm grip of the cloth. I hesitate to say that because I don't want you to try to kill it. I just want you to hold it so it doesn't fall and it feels strong. Let's finish the breath we're on. Come back up. And let's shake that out. Shake your limbs, kick around a little bit. We're going to do a quad stretch. It's called the chair pose. And let's try a couple different versions of it. If you're used to the Sanskrit language, and this is Uttanasana. So I'm trying to figure out which angle. I'm just going to give you a side view so you can see that. And a lot of you are very familiar with this. Let's bring palms together at the heart. And we bend into the knees and kind of pull back. So where the chair sometimes is helpful is we kind of imagine we're going to sit in the chair. So you can feel how your body weight is pulling back away from your knees. And it doesn't have to be terribly deep. There's just this bend of the knee and you can feel your thighs fired up. That's all great. Let's come back up. Palms stay together. Inhale. Exhale, we bow. Up and all the way around. And let's try this version. Got our cloth. We're pulling back. Now find that squatting action of the chair, that Uttanasana. Lift your chest, tuck your chin in towards your throat. Remember, it doesn't have to be much bend in the knee. What you're trying to do is make sure you're not putting pressure into your knee. And what I say to everyone is, if it hurts your knees to do this, don't do it. Don't try to modify it. Just simply skip it. Wait for the next thing. Pulling your body weight out of the knees is very important. You can feel the strength of your quads, strength of your legs. Finish the breath you're on. Release, relax, come on back up and shake it out. I think we're done with our cloth for now, so we're going to just shake and shake. All right, I got something really quite strengthening for us. So you're just alongside your chair. You got the chair in the normal way it's facing forward, just like you always use. And then see now if you can fist that hand to get a strong bicep and do some side crunches. So you're just bringing your knee and your elbow together. And what you could add if you want is an extension. That you might do a few of these. and you extend. Also, kind of part of your pattern. Find a rhythm that works for you, how fast or where you're connected to your breath. This is good for the obliques, the side body. Just find a pattern. Finish it up now. Let's stop with this side. Find your last one, and we'll come to the other side. Make sure you're all caught up with your breath. Obviously, anytime you need to get a drink of water, all that stuff. Make a fist, get strong with your bicep. And we're just going to do some movements, bringing the other leg up and into that little crunching action. And let's see about adding that extension. Again, just the pattern that works for you. When I was practicing this, I did 1, 2, 3, extend. I kind of made that pattern up. Up to you. Nice strong breath. Finish it up now. Last one. Finish it up. Let's come back to neutral. Shake it out. Turn towards your chair seat. Let's do downward dog. Hands are on the chair. Start walking backwards. Keep your hands close, pretty close together. I like for you to match up. The distance you have between your hands matches up with the distance you have between your feet. Tuck your chin in towards your throat. It's nice if you can feel your arms kind of right alongside your ears or close to your ears. You're in a good position in terms of support for your head and neck that way. Press your feet to the floor like you're trying to make an imprint. You want your heels as well as your toes to make an imprint for you. Steady the breath. Continue to hold your downward dog. Option 1, you continue to hold. Option 2 is you release your hands from the chair and you do a full forward fold. You let yourself hang like a rag doll, letting the weight of your head drop. Hands come to your legs or maybe to the floor, a full rag doll fold, or you stay, option 1, into your down dog for a few more breaths. If you're in the fold, soften your knees. Now jump your hands to your thighs above your knees. Squeeze your elbows into your waist. And then come up one vertebrae at a time. Slowly, slowly. Back up to standing. Keep your chin down. Then slowly. Let's get a glass of water. Get ourselves set up for our meditation. So you might be moving into your sofa. You might be grabbing a second chair so you've got the support of that. I really encourage you. I think we're all in a fair amount of heat. So, be sure to hydrate. You're scooching way back into your chair now. You want to make sure your whole bottom and most of your thighs are supported by that chair. If you're relying on a chair alone, leaning back into the backrest for sure. Close your eyes as soon as you're comfortable with that. And the image I'd really encourage is that you see this as a time of intimacy, like you're aware of this private space that this has created for you, and you're closing the door so you have even more privacy in which to acknowledge your breath and your experience within your body. And do that as a loving act. You're going to take real good care of yourself emotionally by finding a little privacy here for you so that you can be with your feelings. Be with your feelings. I'm going to use a little guided meditation in just a moment. But for now, really our goal at this point is relaxation. Keep surrendering, adjusting, making if you're not quite comfortable, you find yourself saying, oh, that's all right, that's good enough. I really want you to know that the more relaxed you are, the more open your body and mind will be to the meditation experience. And why is that a big deal? Who cares about meditation? And I'll tell you what I have concluded. I mean, there's lots of material out there. You have buku material out there to support a meditation practice. But for me, it's the self-awareness, the very gentle, loving, kind awareness of self that shows up. Quite beautiful. And I encourage you to explore that, to be open to receive that. But it starts with a very relaxed body. Softening, letting yourself be supported now, totally held. Let your inhale be its natural inhale. Let your exhale feel throaty. We call that the ujjayi breath. It feels like the whisper voice, the whisper sound in your throat. So inhale naturally. Exhale, feel that ujjayi whisper coming out. Maybe your mouth kind of has to part open a little bit. Maybe you could do it with your lips together. See if you can find that sound. Natural inhale, exhale, the whisper or the sound of the ocean. And be sure to exhale completely. Natural inhale, exhale, finding the sound of the ocean. Eyes are closed, of course. You want to relax into your quiet space. And just let this simple breath, inhale naturally, exhale through the throaty sound of the ocean. And let your body calm down. Relax, relax, relax. Now, a moment ago, I asked you to bring your awareness deep within you as you breathe, not just the outside of your body as you track your breath, but that you're feeling it deep within you, not on the borders, but deep inside. Breathe now right at the center of your head. So it's kind of behind your eyes, that you're breathing in and out, and you're just noticing deep within your head, behind your eyes, that that's where your focus is for both the inhale and the exhale. So you come to know that space, the third eye, they call it. Now, can you imagine how your breath fall comes out through your nostrils? And where does that air go? That exhaled air is right in front of your nose. We're going to call that space in front of your nose the 0 point. So inhale, you're right at the center of your head. Exhale to that 0 point and bring the breath right back up from the 0 point to the third eye. So find those two connecting points. Now, just naturally, your breath has to go somewhere. Where's that air go? It's out there in front of your face, and that's called the 0 point. And we take that in back to the center of the head, and we exhale out the nostrils to that 0 point. It's not important that we remember all these terms. We're just trying to find our way into this breath in a different connecting point, perhaps. And just the spatial reference is so quieting, so calming. Just let that happen. Stay here now, breathing from the center of your head out to the 0 point and back through your nostrils to that center of the head, referred to as the third eye. Easy does it now. Easy, easy does it. Now that we've established that breath, can you stay with that? I'll bet your body knows it pretty well by now. And quietly, not out loud, we're going to use a mantra, a traditional Sanskrit mantra, Sat Nam. It's spelled S-A-T-N-A-M. It's pronounced Sat Nam. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Let the breath take care of itself. You've established a good pattern. Now you've added the richness of this traditional mantra, Sat Nam. Sat is truth in the Sanskrit language. Nam is often translated as I am or it is so. So we're just kind of claiming the truth of our being gently as we breathe. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Always optional. However you move into your meditation, completely optional. Relaxing the body, allowing the body to relax. Sat Nam. Beautifully done, beautifully done. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale it out with a big sigh. Ah. So bring yourself away from the backrest. Bring yourself, if you're laying down, back to an upright seated position. Take your time cleansing your breath with those big breaths in and the sigh that comes out. Ah. Reset the body. Any movement, invite in any movement that your body is craving. Eyes are opening, opening. And find your breath now just sort of simmering down into a beautiful rhythm that you're so accustomed to. Let's sync up our breath one last time. Inhale with me, palms will be together up and overhead. Exhale, we bow at our heart. Inhale, back up. Exhale, we're going to offer this blessing to our community. Just share that beautiful energy of love and light and truth out to the community that you're living in. Palms will come together at the heart. We bow to ourselves and we bow to one another. Namaste, my friends, and thank you for joining me.